Sweden in World Cups by Ohidur Chad. Sweden defeated Switzerland by 1-0 this evening and are through to quarter-finals of FIFA 2018. Previously, they reached 4 semi-finals. They were second in 1958 on their own soil. They are participating for the 12th time among 21 World Cups. Interestingly, Brazil were their historical rival. They faced Brazil 7 times but they never won in any. They were defeated 5 times and managed to draw 2 times with Brazil. They also faced Germany, West, for 4 times. They were defeated times and won only once. In the first World Cup 1930 they did not enter. In 1934 they reached quarter-finals, 8th position. In 1938 they were 4th and 3rd in 1950. They did not qualify in 1954. Then they were 2nd in 1958. They did not qualify in 1962 and 1966. They were out in group stage in 1970, 9th place. In 1974 they were out 5th. In 1978 they were out in first round, 13th. They could not qualify in 1982 and 1986. They were out in group stage, 21st place, in 1990. But they were 3rd in 1994. They did not qualify in 1998. They were out in round of 16 in 2002, 13th, and in 2006, 14th place. They did not qualify in 2010 and in the last FIFA World Cup in 2014. And this time they are through to quarter-finals defeating Switzerland by 1-0. Sweden's squad. Goalkeepers are as follows. Robin Olsen, FC Copenhagen. Carl-Johan Johnson, Guingamp. Christopher Nordfeldt, Swansea City. Defenders are as follows. Mikael Lustig, Celtic. Victor Nielsen Lindelof, Manchester United. Andreas Granqvist, Krasnodar. Martin Olsen, Swansea City. Ludvig Augustinsson, Werder Bremen. Philip Helander, Bologna. Pontus Jansson, Leeds United. Emil Kraft, Bologna. Midfielders are as follows. Emil Forsberg, RB Leipzig. Albin Ekdal, Hamburg. Victor Claesson, Krasnodar. Gustav Svensson, Seattle Sounders. Sebastian Larsson, Hull City. Jimmy Damas, Toulouse. Oscar Hilgemark, Genoa. Marcus Rodden, Crotone. Forwards are as follows. Marcus Berg, Alain. Ola Toivonen, Toulouse. John Guidetti, Celta Vigo. Isaac Kiesthalen, Waasland Beveren. Sweden. Officially the Kingdom of Sweden is a Scandinavian country in Northern Europe. Its neighbors are Norway, Finland, and Denmark. Its area is 450,000 square kilometers. It is the 3rd largest country in the European Union by area. Its population is over 10 million. Among them 2.4 million has a foreign background. 85% lives in urban areas. Germanic peoples have inhabited Sweden since prehistoric times, emerging into history as the Geats, Swedish Gota, and Swedes Sphere and constituting the sea peoples known as the Norsemen. Southern Sweden is predominantly agricultural, while the north is heavily forested. Sweden is part of the geographical area of Fennoscandia. The climate is in general very mild for its northerly latitude due to significant maritime influence, that in spite of this still retains warm continental summers. Today, Sweden is a constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy, with a monarch as head of state, like its neighbor Norway. Its capital city is Stockholm. Its prime minister exercises the executive power. It is a unitary state, currently divided into 21 counties and 290 municipalities. An independent Swedish state emerged during the early 12th century. After the Black Death in the middle of the 14th century killed about a third of the Scandinavian population, the Hanseatic League threatened Scandinavia's culture, finances and languages. This led to the forming of the Scandinavian Kalmar Union in 1397, which Sweden left in 1523. With the Swedish involvement in the 30 Years' War, on the reformist side, began an expansion of its territories and eventually the Swedish Empire was formed. This became one of the great powers of Europe until the early 18th century. Swedish territories outside the Scandinavian peninsula were gradually lost during the 18th and 19th centuries, ending with the annexation of present-day Finland by Russia in 1809. The last war in which Sweden was directly involved was in 1814, when Norway was militarily forced into personal union. Since then, Sweden has been at peace, maintaining an official policy of neutrality in foreign affairs. The union with Norway was peacefully dissolved in 1905. Sweden was formally neutral through both World Wars and the Cold War, albeit Sweden has since 2009 openly moved towards cooperation with NATO. After the end of the Cold War, Sweden joined the European Union on the 1st of January 1995, but declined NATO membership, as well as Eurozone membership following a referendum. It is also a member of the United Nations, the Nordic Council, the Council of Europe, the World Trade Organization and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. Sweden maintains a Nordic social welfare system that provides universal healthcare and tertiary education for its citizens. It has the world's 11th highest per capita income and ranks highly in numerous metrics of national performance, including quality of life, health, education, protection of civil liberties, economic competitiveness, equality, prosperity and human development. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.